In an effort to limit immigration to the US, the Trump administration has threatened to abolish the diversity visa program commonly known as the Green Card. In this week's show, we speak to two Kenyan families who migrated here on the Green Card program. They speak at length about how this has meant to them and also how abolishing this program will affect many Kenyans who also have plans to migrate to the US. Welcome. It's roughly estimated that 3 out of 5 Kenyans living and working in the US came here through the diversity visa program commonly known as the Green Card. And because this is a sanctioned government program, most people find the process of integrating within the larger American society a little bearable. Today, I've traveled to Houston, Texas to speak to two Kenyan families that migrated here on the Green Card program. My intention is basically to find out how this has worked out for them so far. This is the Godfrey Mtambo's family, originally from Siritani village in Bungoma County.
Yes, my name is Godfrey Mtambo. In my own words, this area that I live is fantastic. It's the best place that you can live. I have good neighbors. I have everything that a person can deserve to be in such a neighborhood.
The name Mutambo means poverty in Luya language, but as you can see from the neighborhood, poverty is now just a distant nightmare for Mutambo thanks to the US lottery program.
Yeah, for real. For me to start applying for green card to move to America, I had applied like more than 6 times. Because I started applying before the year 2000. Then I applied from there 2001, 2002. I was applying. But we came to win the green card 2007.
Many people who succeed in life have a dream and work hard towards that dream. After weighing all the options, Mtambo saw that his only chance at a life in America was through a game of chances. In this case, a game of lottery.
I had a dream. I had a big dream, not just a dream. Because in America, there is that I don't know, like you have everything that life can deserve from what you want to do.
Opportunities.
So we have a lot of opportunities in America. And since I was a young boy, I just wanted to be part of America, part of Americans, and I had that dream. So when I completed my education, I went ahead and started applying for green card. So I started applying green card in 99. So I had a dream to come to America.
So for you, like many other young people from around the world, not just in Kenya, their dream was just to have a chance to come to America and look for their American dream.
Yes, not only American dream, it's your dream. Because when you talk of American dream, we have dreams in America. Maybe we will not fit you. But if you are dreaming to have good life, that one, it will drive you. Because everybody out there wants to come to America. Everybody out there knows that when you come in America, we have opportunity. It's a land of opportunity. Now, when you come here and you exploit those avenues, then you will be good. Now, that was my dream. Yeah. The first 2 times I applied when I was single. But after 2000, we are applying as a couple, me and my wife. So I was applying for myself with my wife and my son And then my wife was applying also for herself and me and our son, because by that time we had only one son.
Yes.
Yeah. So we were applying as a family.
Mutambo will say that however many times he applied and failed, he never gave up. In fact, many Kenyans currently living in the US will admit that they were never lucky the very first time they applied for the green card. They will say that they tried several times before finally striking gold.
I knew that everywhere, even in Kenya where we came from, even in my back home village, Bungoma, Siritani, we had a lot of problems. But I had that man hard. Don't die. You just fight on, fight on, fight on. You see, when the problems comes, and then they wear you down, and also you go down, you'll not come up. But when the problems comes, as a man, you know that, okay, these things are coming, but I know if I continue fighting, moving on, they'll pass, then they'll succeed.
Fantastic. Mr. Mutambo, what's in your view again, what would you say are some of the challenges that newly immigrants to the US experience initially before they stabilize?
Yeah, before, when the newly guys moved over here as an immigrant, before they settle, they have a lot of problem looking for a job. And initially, if the person who is hosting you does not give you or does not encourage you to look for a job, and then maybe you don't find a job like in 3 months, 4 months, you are jobless, you are just sitting in the house, most of them, they are discouraged. And then they don't live their dreams. They don't live that dream of Americans. When you come to this country, whoever will host you will give you or will show you the way how you are supposed to live in America. Like the other guys told me that, the person who picks you from the airport determines your destiny in America. Now, when new guys moves here, particularly whom I know, when they move here and then they now start celebrating, they say, okay, now we are in America, a land which has plenty of everything. They start, oh, now we are not in a poor country like Kenya, we are not in Africa where people cry of hunger. Now when they move here, they think now that they can just sit down, eat. But when an immigrant who has moved in US on like a green card visa, he has opportunity because you have the backing of the government. You are not here illegally. You are here legally. And you can do everything that the government of America, the government will support you. If you want to go to school, go to school. If you want to look for a job, you look for a job. And when you find a job, be faithful to that job, do it.
Meet the Bob Simiyu family, a family that is now so integrated within the Kenyan community in Houston that if a community event took place without their presence, alarm bells will go off. Today is Mashujaa Day celebrations, and this family is at the center of it all.
My name is Lucy Wanjiro Simiyu. I migrated to the US in 2000, June, with my family. We landed in Virginia, stayed there for 5 years. And then after that, we came to Houston. We've been here for about 8 years.
Like many Kenyans who migrate to the US as a family, the Simiyu family also had a dream and specific goals, so applying for the lottery program was a no-brainer. As Mr. Simiyu will say, it's what is involved after winning the lottery that is challenging.
For us, the decision wasn't so difficult to make. It was actually the process to get here that was a little bit more difficult for us. We made the decision in maybe 1999. Once we found out that we had been awarded the green card to come, we felt, we needed to move, to seek greener pastures. But then the process at that time was a little bit more difficult because of the economic situation. It was a little bit, expensive. You have to find a family here to accommodate you while you're looking for employment, all these things, So the actual process of moving is usually the most difficult part for a lot of Kenyans, because you have to have somebody to host you. Then you got to find a job, and most Americans don't recognize our papers, so to speak. They want you to go through some kind of training again in order for you to get even equal employment as you're having back home. So I think the process is a little bit more difficult.
It's early Sunday morning at the Mtambos, and the family is getting ready to go to church. The fact that they attend one of the most sought after mega churches in the US, the Joel Osteen Church, speaks to their position and stature in Houston society. Those ones who have left home will tell you that it's tough to leave one's home for an unfamiliar life in an unfamiliar environment, later on an unfamiliar country. In leaving home, one leaves everything they've known most of their lives, and it makes starting all over again extremely challenging. The question I have to ask the Mtambos and the Simiyu family is, do they have any regrets leaving Kenya for the US?
I must say, before we came here in 2000, as a faith-based family, we sought the face of God. And I believe our God is not a God of confusion. But of course, in life we face challenges. As my husband has said, settling down, coming here, leaving our jobs back at home in Kenya, and then coming here to settle down. It was not easy. We had to start with the very noble jobs. But then after that, we ventured into our professional jobs that we are doing now. But at times, we felt, initially it was not easy. And I must not say it was a regret, but it was challenging at that point. But moving strong and, just being there for each other and encouraging each other and looking forward to what we were going to achieve as a family, I think I must say I've never had any regrets for being here in America. It's been a great opportunity for me, for my children, and of course my husband. And as a family, we have seen the Lord working for us in settling us in all that we have endeavored to do.
Yeah, the sum total, of course, I don't regret being in the States. I think, like my wife has said, there's been a lot of opportunities, not just for us, but also for our children. They've fairly good education. However, there's always a nagging doubt here and there. You can't be with all your family. You have to leave all your brothers and sisters, back home. So there are those kind of regrets. But on a professional level, as a family level, we think this was the best decision, and we haven't had any big doubt as to coming to the United States. I think this is what, it was an opportunity for us, and we took it, and we have progressed.
It is true that some Kenyans, especially those who have migrated to the US through the green card program, without performing due diligence, have found they're going very rough. Some have ended up returning back home. But for the Mutambo and Simiyu families, coming to America created opportunities not just for personal growth and prosperity, but also a purpose in life. This is the reason why many people, especially migrants from Africa, are taking issue with the Trump administration for its recent move to abolish the green card program.
I think it's regrettable that the political system here in the United States is deciding to do away with the green card. I think it's important that if it was my wish that the green card should be kept, because there is a need for Africans to show up and to participate in the growth of America. I think all these other races or communities have already been favored. Throughout the history of the United States, they always had the opportunity to be here first. And I think the green card was meant for those areas that have already been disadvantaged historically from immigrating to the United States. So maybe these ideas should be rethought. again, to disadvantage people from those areas not to come to the United States, makes the racial mix unequal. And that is not correct. Yeah.
This lottery program creates hope and aspirations for an escape from spending the rest of one's life living in scarcity and want. This kind of life is what made Mutambo make relocating to America in search of that common but yet elusive American dream priority number one.
It's only the rich guys who can send their children over here for school. Now that bill says that they will only be giving the green cards to those ones who have graduated from the schools in America, who have come to study in America, they have excelled. It's them that will get a green card. Now these guys or these poor people in Africa or all over the world, they will not have that chance to come because their parents, they are unable to send them over here to go through the system or to go through the American education system, so that when they excel from here, they will be given a green card. So that one alone, it will limit the opportunities for those one who are unable.
That will do it for us today on our show. We hope that you enjoyed the show. Make a point of joining us again next week as we bring you more stories from Kenyans living abroad. Remember also, you can watch this show live on Facebook at standardmedia.co.ke. This show also streams live on KTN Kenya at 7:40. See you again next week.